Arnold Schwarzenegger busting the doors of American homes in 1984. He was the Terminator, but the Terminator was simply a machine. Skynet was the brains of the operation.
The greatest American alive.
It took 38 years for television to become reality. The Terminator is here. Skynet has finally arrived. November 20th, 2002 shall always be the day that Americans remember. That's the beginning of the machines versus the humans. We are closer to destruction than ever before. Have you heard of Chat GPT? Chat GPT is one of the most powerful tools that the world has ever seen. But what happens when the creation becomes more powerful than the creator? What exactly is Chat GPT?
According to Wikipedia, Chat GPT, Generative Pre-trained Transformer, is a chatbot launched by OpenAI in November 2022. It is built on top of OpenAI's GPT 3.5 family of large language models, and is fine-tuned with both supervised and reinforcement learning techniques.
Supervised learning techniques, a machine that can learn. In 2006, I worked for a company called Anheuser-Busch. I worked at a brewery. They had mechanical robotic arms that did the job of 3 human beings. They fired lots of people. They got rid of lots of human beings for these dumb mechanical arms. But these things are so efficient. They move so well that they got these human beings up out the way. And now ChatGPT has the ability to learn. Now, what happens when you put brains inside of a powerful machine? You get the Terminator. We get the real life Arnold Schwarzenegger. The Terminator is here. ChatGPT is the infant of Skynet. Did you ever think that Skynet was going to come to your door? We are helping the machines destroy us. We walk around all day, every day with this phone in our hands. It's become a symbiotic experience. We can't even think without this phone. We've given up our brains and our power to machines, and now the machines are coming. Don't get scared. Don't run. It's time for human beings to stand up and fight back. That's the most important thing that the human person can do right now. It's to fight back against the machine. How do you fight back against the machine? You have to be a full human person. What is humanity? Humanity is simply the ability to make babies. I love babies. You know why? Because I love humanity. Anti-human ideology is destroying America. The thought that human beings are not good enough. Man, self-hate is about to destroy the world. Why? Because the human person doesn't believe they're good enough. We look in the mirror and we say, I don't want to be a human person. I don't want to be the thing that I was designed to be. You were designed to make babies. And for every person in America who chooses not to make babies, you're part of the problem. You're helping and assisting in the destruction of the human person. Let's start at the top of the people who don't want to have babies. Let's start with priests. Every priest in the world who don't want to have no child, you're part of the problem. God told you to reproduce, and you said, no, I love God so much, I'm not going to reproduce. Heterosexuals who don't want to have children. I hear young men and young women right now, under the age of 30, I don't want no babies. I don't want to have no kids. How in the world do you not want to have children? The human person was designed to reproduce, and you're going to look in the mirror and tell yourself you don't want to have no children. It's terrifying because it's cause and effect. In America, it costs so much money to have babies that so many Americans made the decision to say, hey, since I ain't got no money, I ain't gonna have no babies. Instead of saying, hey, give me more money. Why in the world does the American person choose to be a coward? What makes you a coward? Not standing up to whatever company you work for and saying, I need a raise. I need to be able to live and have a home and raise babies. And since we don't have the resources to buy a home and to raise our children, we'll sit back and just stare at our phones. We'll just look at our, we'll just sit back and just look at the phone all day. I'm just looking at my phone. I'm just scrolling on my phone. I'm just scrolling on my phone as I sit in my apartment all by myself. Loneliness is going to destroy the American woman. Because no one wants to do the work. Here's what's going to separate people from machines. You will never hear a machine say, I don't want to be the most powerful machine in the world. I don't want to compute at the highest level. Computers are going to do exactly what they were designed to do. But the human person will not do exactly what they're designed to do, and that's a problem. I talked about the priests. I talked about heterosexuals. And now there's other groups of people who are choosing not to have babies. Can we be honest? Can we tell the truth? It's not hate to be honest. When a person says they choose to be gay, that's saying that I'm choosing not to reproduce. I am making a biological decision not to have any children. Let's be honest. For every person in America who's made the decision not to have biological children, you should never engage in the conversation about biological children. What are you doing? Talk about some machines. Talk about Chat GPT. If I choose not to have a girlfriend, I should never say, man, I really want a baby. This is the war between humans and machines.
The greatest American alive. The greatest American alive. The greatest American alive. The greatest American alive. The greatest American alive.